Ferrari have the quickest car over one lap on the 2022 Formula 1 grid. Not even Red Bull can match the Scuderia over one lap. To prove that, Charles Leclerc has 8 pole positions to his name this year in just 12 races. But after all, unless it's a sprint race weekend, no points are handed out on a Saturday, so qualifying is much of a muchness if Sunday's result doesn't match up. Over the entirety of his F1 career, Leclerc now has 16 pole positions, winning just 4 times in those races. Now, while the 2022 French Grand Prix was a self-admitted driver error, although it may well have actually been a car issue, his team have cost him plenty of time and it's harmed his title chances this year. Ferrari's reliability has been a talking point for a while now, and so it should. The Prancing Horses have designed a super quick car, but the side effects of that design is a lack of reliability. That in itself has cost both Leclerc and Sainz on multiple occasions this season, but that's a topic for another day. This is all about their strategy errors, which need to be on point given the aforementioned unreliable car, but that just simply hasn't been the case. Carlos Sainz's P5 finish last time out at Le Castellet could have been so much more had Ferrari made the right strategy call. They didn't think the Spaniard's medium tyres would last long enough into the race and pitted him too late for him to make a real difference. A podium was on, but Sainz was denied that by his team. An even bigger strategic error happened at Monaco. Charles Leclerc qualified on pole at his home race and looked to have navigated the wet surface brilliantly before his hard work was undone by Ferrari's strategy, which ended up placing him back into the race in P4 after pit stops. After the Monaco debacle, head of race strategy Inaki Rueda admitted their errors. With Charles, we made 2 mistakes. The first one was to cover Perez. While with Carlos we realised very late in his lap that we could not cover Perez. With Charles we had a big gap and we thought we could cover Perez. At the start of his in-lap, Charles had over 10-second advantage on Perez. What we did not expect was Perez to go 9 seconds faster overall on that lap. Because of this, we lost the race with Charles. The second mistake we made with Charles was a gap mistake again, he said. We wanted to pit both cars onto dry tyres. At the same time we were bringing Carlos in to try to keep the lead of the race. We thought, let's try bring Charles in to undercut Perez so we can finish P1 and P2. A comfortable double stop is done with 6 seconds in between the cars, but we thought 5.5 seconds might be enough. The gap was narrowed and at the pit entry, the gap was only 3.5 seconds. We made a last second attempt to try and tell Charles to stay out, but it was too late. He had already veered into the pit lane. In this double stop, Charles lost 2 seconds, and this is what allowed Verstappen to come out ahead of Charles a lap later. Furthermore, at Silverstone, Leclerc was yet again denied victory by his team's strategy. Following a late safety car, Ferrari decided not to pit the Monegasque despite having more than enough time to make the decision, and instead left him out on worn tyres. Everyone else behind him pitted for new rubber, and unsurprisingly, he dropped down the order to P4. Sainz won that race, but it was an easy 1-2 that Ferrari threw away, and it harmed Leclerc's title challenge. Red Bull are on top form, and Ferrari's errors have seen them fall away in both championships. If Ferrari are to end their long wait for another F1 title, they need to cut out the strategy mistakes and blunders that are a part of its recent history. And to make matters worse for Ferrari, their rivals for the 2022 Drivers' and Constructors' Championships, Red Bull, are the kings of strategy. Christian Horner's team have played second fiddle to Mercedes for years now, but remained in touching distance with quick pit stops and clever strategies. It's what saw Max Verstappen chase down Lewis Hamilton on fresh tyres at the 2021 French Grand Prix, which helped the Dutchman win the World Championship. Ferrari's reliability may be the headline-grabbing reason as to why they won't win either title come Abu Dhabi later this year, but their strategy errors have been just as high profile and have made a huge difference. F1 is a sport of fine margins, and Ferrari keep losing out through their own faults. If that doesn't change, both titles will be heading Red Bull's way. Driver errors, such as Sainz's spin at Spain and Leclerc's trip to the barriers in France, reliability issues, such as a double DNF in Baku, and strategic errors, such as at Silverstone and Monaco, have seen Ferrari's title hopes continue to crumble and slip away. They're still in the fight, but all 3 of those things need to change. A gust of wind and a supposed throttle issue were the reasons why Sainz and Leclerc encountered problems in Spain and France, but strategy is inexcusable. All the hard work in the factory and on the track can be undone by poorly judged decisions on the pit wall, which has happened far too regularly for Ferrari. What do you make of Ferrari's strategy errors over the past few years? Does something need to change in the team? And do you think strategy could cost Ferrari in the title challenge this year? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time.